Good morning, everyone. Oh dear. It is day 17 from the biopsy. Easter weekend just gone. It's now Thursday. Bank holiday Monday, Easter. So nobody working. Tuesday, phone call, want me in Wednesday to see urologist, biopsy results. Yeah, not much to laugh about this morning. Yeah, right. Well, it's coming up 6 o'clock in the morning and woke up again. And so you'll hear the cuckoo clock shortly. So where do I start? Right, get your notepads, because I've got my notepad here. A few days ago, I went onto a website, cancer research and all that, and it listed all the different types of cancer. And it started at the one that was more common and was easy to treat. At least that's how they put it. Although they can all develop into cancers, tumours elsewhere in your body. So it's best of a bad bunch, innit? So anyway, let me read these. The first one on the list, which is obviously the lowest, is an adenocarcinoma. And you might need this when you go and see your urologist. The next one is a acinar adenocarcinoma. The next one is a ductal adenocarcinoma. Ductal apparently is a cancer that comes from your bladder and goes down into your prostate. That's how it explained. The next one is up the list is a transitional cell carcinoma. The next one is a squamous, SQUAMOUS cell carcinoma. And then there's a small cell carcinoma, a sarcoma, which you've all probably heard of because this is getting really nasty ones. And then finally, lymphoma. Dog's starting to act up. Right, so I went in at the appointed time yesterday afternoon. Saw my urologist, Indian chap, nice chap, but spoke pretty good Indian, so not that easy to understand. Itchy nose again. Right, so he proceeded to get straight in. Good on him. And he said that basically the biopsies confirmed I had cancer, and he said it was an adenocarcinoma. Brilliant. So I tick that on my list. As you can probably see, just there, look. So tick that one on my list. That's, one step in a more positive. At least it wasn't a lymphoma. But then he proceeds to tell me it's a T4 cancer, which means that it's fairly aggressive and it's spreading out. If it was a T5, then it's metastasized. In other words, it's spread out and it has formed other tumours elsewhere. And then he said it was at a stage 5. Can't get any higher. Stage 5 is basically, it's moved out and it's starting to infect the rest of your body. So I got a Gleason score of 4-5, in other words, score 9. highest you can get is 10. So, and I'm trying to think, see, in which order he said this, but basically he said, because of the stage that I'm at, they wouldn't do any surgery on the prostate. They wouldn't remove the prostate. He says it's no point. It's already gone out. And all the side effects from prostatectomy, and you'll know what I mean, Mick, are less desirable when you're in this situation, and they have to find other ways of treating you. I wish I had the option of having a prostatectomy. I'm going to have a sup of my tea. Me, world's best granddad. Yeah. So I was pleased in the way I wasn't having the surgery, but on the other hand, it's better to have it, really, if you can. Yeah, so he then went on to say, because I got cancer, I was going to be bumped up the list for treatment from a urology standpoint, and he said that because of my difficulty urinating, and I have a difficulty urinating, I'm telling you, and it hurts and pain and burns and stings, he said that they would get me in for a TURP, and I've explained a TURP before, but if you remember, it's transurethral resection of the prostate, or procedure, resection procedure, and it's where they go in with a potato slicer or the laser beam and cut out the urethra inside the prostate to make a bigger opening so you can pee better. But then he proceeded to tell me, he said I would have the procedure within 6 to 8 weeks, which is pretty quick and probably fits in with, other things. I might explain a bit later. But then he proceeds to explain, but you'll find, he said, that because of your stage 5, or 4-5, he says what will have happened is that your bladder will have atrophied, or the muscles around the bladder will have atrophied, if that's the right word. Basically, the muscles will have weakened and almost disappeared, because the bladder's not been used to emptying. So he said initially, after the TURP, he says although you'll pee better, you'll find that you won't be able to empty your bladder fully. He says, but your bladder function hopefully would return, and it might take a few months. He says, it might take 6 months. He says, but, hopefully it should return with the procedure. And I don't think I've got any choice, really. It's a 3-day procedure, general anaesthetic. They do it while you're asleep. You have a catheter into your bladder for a day or two, and then they might even send you home after 3 days, I guess. And then once you stop peeing blood and things, they remove the catheter and away you go. But he says you might experience a few drips. He says you might experience a bit of erectile dysfunction. And I'm watching a guy the other day, and he said, problems down there. Bugger that. I'm not going to say to you, I'm going to have problems down there. So I'm laughing. So, straight John, say it as it is, you can't get it up. No stiffy. No pissing up the fire back. It's an old English saying that when you get up in the morning, and of course you've got an erection, you have to piss up the fire back. Because it's the only way you can pee. Anyway, I make light. So, I thought, so what? I'd sooner have it cut out and have it opened out so I can at least have a chance of peeing right, because I'm, it's destroying my sleep. Like now, up early, thinking every time you pee. So then he suggested put me on sulfonacin. My wife's on it, which is for an overactive bladder. And what it sounds like, he says, you'll find that your frequency of urination will drop. Because what it does, it stops your bladder from that sort of urge to pee, that urgency problem. Yeah, so that was all set up. In that sort of intervening time, it mentioned that I was now going to be passed over to the oncologist. For those of you who don't know, oncologist is basically the guy that treats you for cancer. Basically chemo, radiotherapy, all those sorts of things. And basically, he said to me, he said, now bear in mind this is like day 17, today's day 18. He said, has the oncologist already contacted you? I went, no, nobody's phoned me yet. Bear in mind, Easter's just gone, 4-day week. He says, well, you'll be contacted very soon. I thought, bloody hell, they obviously want to fast track me in and get me sorted quickly. He says, because what we need to do is make sure, or to find out if it's metastasized, that word again, which basically means it's started forming tumours elsewhere. It's 6 o'clock. Cuckoo. So, and the way that they do it, our old friend, the PSMA scan, PET scan. Can't remember what the PET stands for, but PSMA is prostate specific. Anyway, it's somewhere they inject you with radiation and put you in a scanner. And they see exactly where it's gone. Excuse me. And they see any hotspot areas where a tumour is forming. If it has formed, it's classed as a metastatic cancer. Now, if it stayed in the area of the prostate, if they caught it early enough, it's called a locally advanced prostate cancer. But if it's gone out into your body and it's starting to do damage elsewhere, it's classed as advanced. Slight aside, it's not an aside, it's all part of this potential. 12 months ago, I had a bad cough and chest. Went to see my GP. He gave me a course of antibiotics. Didn't work. I had a second course which worked. Seemed to work. But then he proceeded to tell me I got mild pneumonia, which is, didn't expect that. So I know with pneumonia it can take a few months to clear up. I'm 12 months down the line, and of course I was thinking about what was happening with my prostate, and I thought, I wonder if it's something, because I know that prostate cancer likes to migrate to your lungs or your bones, primarily your bones, but it can go to your lungs and it can go to your liver, which is the dangerous one. That will kill you. So I went and saw my GP and I says, look, I'm starting to cough up bits of phlegm. He checked and it was exactly the same, bottom end of the left lung. And I said, I think I need an x-ray. I says, I had one 12 months ago. I says, couldn't find no. It's reassuring. So he's got me booked in for an x-ray, it's Thursday today, which I'm having on Sunday. 4 o'clock on a Sunday for an x-ray. What's the world coming to? You just used to be able to walk in and get one. Hence the cough. Bit chesty. So I'm thinking, and I'm getting an x-ray early to try and find it. Hopefully they don't find anything, but who knows. Next week I might get a call from GP, come and see me, x-ray showing something. Oh, bugger. Yeah, anyway. So what he said is that the oncologist will primarily do the PSMA scan. He won't start any treatment until you've had it. So clearly I need to get that done quick. He says, from those results, he will decide the right course of action. Radiotherapy, which is where they aim from outside. Chemotherapy. There's another one where they inject you with radiation that attaches to and it works the same way that PSMA does. Attaches to the antigen or antibodies, and then emits radiation and kills the cells off it's attached to. Brilliant stuff. The other thing, I forgot to tell you this, is that how modern medicine is advancing. They can now do a DNA scan. And what that DNA scan does is, once they know the type of cancer, they can look at your DNA and they can find out what is the most appropriate chemicals for chemo to treat you with. Because historically they know what chemicals with certain DNAs will kill the cancer. So when I see the oncologist, I'll be saying to him, are you doing a DNA profile to decide the right chemical? And the reason I say that is I'm pretty certain I'm definitely going to go on HRT. So I'm going to be talking in a woman's voice. I make light of it. Yeah, HRT, chemical castration, stops all the testosterone. I've explained this before. I'm almost 100% I'm going to be on that. But the other thing I've read is that, the size of the tumour. I asked the guy, and he pulled up the scan on his laptop, excuse me, and he says it's 3.7 centimetres. Bloody hell. So I says, this is my old engineering head coming on. I says that's 37 millimetres divided by 25.4 millimetres per inch. I says that works out at 1 inch and 12 millimetres, and most people know 12 millimetres is half an inch. So it's 1.5 inches diameter. So you're looking at something that's sort of that size, which is probably getting up to a golf ball size, which is it's a pretty significant growth. Now the problem is that when it gets that large, if they want to use radiotherapy, which they might do elsewhere on my body if they find other tumours, and by the way, if there's less than 5 other tumours, they'll treat it. If it's more than 5, then they won't treat it with radiotherapy because it's too much radiation and it starts affecting other cells in your body. So the problem is when they irradiate using radiotherapy, they're sending beams of radiation from various angles. Each one is not enough to kill what it goes through, but because they're all coming together in the area of the tumour, it destroys the cells in the tumour. But you always get a little bit of shining out. It's probably my way of describing it. You know, if you shine a light on something, you get a bright spot and you get the slightly shadowy area around it. It's the same with radiation. You just can't control it into a very specific ball. It will shine out into the surrounding area. Now the problem is that you've got inside your prostate, you've got your urethra, and the prostate sits right against the intestine wall. And those are two things that you don't want cells being killed off in. What they normally say is that they like to have a 5 millimetre margin around the prostate, around the tumour, away from the wall of the prostate and away from the vital bits, the urethra and the intestine. Looking at what I saw, it's sat right on the wall. They're not going to radiate it. So I'm pretty certain it's either going to be chemo, or it's going to be, and I can't see them doing it, the injectable radiation, because again, it'll all gather around that prostate tumour, and then it will radiate from there out slightly. So I can't see him doing that. It's not going to work. And then I was looking this morning, and 4 or 5, and I was looking for meaning of it, and then you start seeing about a Cambridge prostate, something or other. Because what they do is that they translate that 4 or 5 into a Cambridge number. I can't remember. Again, it's a 1 to 5, 5 worst, and I'm probably up in the 4 or 5 range. Excuse me, my chest. Yeah, so, what was I saying about Cambridge? Yeah. Oh, bugger. Your thoughts just disappear. They've gone off into the heavens, just gone up and drifted. Oh, I've lost my thread. Cambridge number, yeah. What the bloody hell was I going to say? I tell you what's and all, I don't make any notes, I just talk from my heart. Oh yes. And what this does, apparently, it gives a survivability prognosis. And basically, what the information I was reading this morning, and it frightens you what you see, is that if it's an 8 to 10, 8, 9 or 10, mine's a 9, your survival after 15 years, only, what was it now, 60 to 80% of sufferers won't survive beyond 15 years. Yeah, so 15 years, 85, your birthday in a week. Yeah, 85, well, it's not bad. Not pleasant. I saw something else where it was saying 52%, which I'll take 52 over 60 or 80%. So I mean, my intentions are hit it hard. I'll say, give me combination chemo, get my DNA, and then they give you like BRCA1 or BRCA2 or BRCA3, and depending on whether it's 1, 2, 3, and then these other letters and numbers, they'll send, you need this chemotherapy, or these 3 will give you the best chance with your DNA, and we'll hit it with that. Yes, Tony. Treatments are improving, and improving very fast. I mean, he had a prostate removed, and it quite possibly unnecessarily. When you look at today's treatment, from what I've been saying, how it's advanced in the last 4 or 5 years. And of course, like I said to you the other day, I'm pretty certain, almost certain, that when I went 4 or 5 years ago, I had cancer. I had a growth, I had a tumour. They didn't spot it. But of course, MRI, they weren't doing MRIs then. They only started it year after. But of course, COVID came. And, you think, if only, what if? If I'd have gone back after the first year and said, I'm still getting problems peeing, it's not, tablets aren't working very well. But the reassuring thing is I've been on finasteride, which is testosterone suppressant, and if you can reduce the testosterone, it slows the growth down. So effectively, it has slowed down. And because it's an adenocarcinoma and not the acinar or ductal adenocarcinoma, it's the most common. So it means they're going to be most experienced in treating it from an oncology perspective. So I'm expecting a call next day too, hopefully today, by the oncologist to say, get your ass over here. We need to talk over what you need. And then I'm expecting to get the PSMA PET scan done pretty pronto, because it's important. Sorry, I'm wobbling again. Get it done within, I don't know, week, fortnight. And then as soon as I get the PSMA PET scan results, we'll know whether it's metastasised, which is the next big hurdle. So these are all the hurdles on the exercise course in front of me. See the oncologist, get the PSMA PET scan, and then has it metastasised? Hasn't it? If it has metastasised, it's some pretty major treatment. If it hasn't, it's going to be, can't remove the tumour from your prostate, so we will have to treat it in situ. So it's going to be chemo, pretty certain anyway, chemo. And then regular monitoring. I'm going to inquire about the chemical castration. Hopefully they can do it with a, what they call it now, they put under your skin. Oh dear. But I've read on NHS, they can do it with 6 months treatment, all in one. By putting this thing under your skin that slowly releases hormones. Women have it as a to stop them having babies. I can't think anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway, so this is the journey that we're on. There's all these options, all upcoming. Like I said to you before, you can't. No point panicking and saying I've got to get treatment. I've got to get it out fast. I've had it for probably the last 7-8 years. I just hope that that's not used my time up. Hopefully not. It's when it gets to metastasised tumours elsewhere, more than 5, I'm in deep doo-doo. So I won't know that until I've had the scan. But kids, don't worry, I'm here. I ain't got any pain. I ain't been losing weight. I've got no symptoms other than this cough. I've not got any bone aches, because normally it goes into the bones, gets tumours in your bones, and then you've got pain. And that's when it gets really further down the line. So anyway, I guess it's coming around to 6:30 now. Dawn is just breaking. It's pissing it down as usual. Bank holiday week. All these holiday makers down here. I feel sorry for them. Alright, anyway, I told you that I wouldn't do another one until there's something to tell you. There's a whole load there. A lot of information. Hopefully it's helping you. Journey we're on. Anyway, I think that's enough for now. Just coming up 29 minutes. Not quite sure if there's anything else I need to say. I've realised I've made certain errors when I've been talking in the past. Little, things. Use the wrong word and things like that. What was it I was trying to think of? Discussing with Mickey Burke the other day. Oh, anyway. Word's gone again. The fancy word that explains what we did. Not philosophise. Philosophy. Oh, no. Anyway. Maybe think of another day. Right. See you all again. Bye for now. Oh, it's Dad. Grandad. It's Ian. Keith. Yeah, think of all the other descriptions you can use. Yeah, signing off anyway. Have a good day. Bye.